What did a roommate do that made you finally move out? I'd been living with Lena for 6 months when it became unbearable. At first it was cute. We shared Netflix shows, swapped snacks, and laughed over coffee in the mornings. But then she started pushing boundaries in ways that made me question every little thing I did. It started with the small stuff. She'd borrow my clothes without asking, eat my snacks, or rearrange my bookshelf because it looked better this way. I laughed it off, thinking I was just being uptight. But it escalated. She began going through my laptop when I left the apartment, leaving my files open, just checking things, she'd say. I started hiding my notebooks, locking my drawers, even moving my toothbrush. The tipping point came last Thursday. I got home from work at 6:00 p.m., exhausted. Lena had a friend over and someone I'd never met, and they were lounging on my couch, scrolling through my phone and giggling. "Hey, could you not?" I asked, voice calm but firm. "Oh, relax," she said, waving her hand. "We were just checking your DMs. You don't mind, do you?" I froze. "You looked at my private messages?" "Well, they were open," she said. "No big deal." My blood boiled. "No big deal? That's my phone, Lena. That's my private life." She laughed. "You're overreacting. You're just being dramatic." I backed away, but she didn't stop. The next day, she borrowed my laptop charger, my headphones, and even my brand new coffee mug without asking. Every time I confronted her, she'd shrug and say, "You're so uptight. I'm just helping you loosen up." By Friday, I'd had enough. I returned home from work to find her hosting a full dinner party in our tiny kitchen, using my pots, my plates, and even my best knives. I opened the fridge to grab some leftovers, and she was already standing there, hands on hips, glaring at me. "What are you doing?" I asked. "This space is communal," she said. "We share everything here." "I thought you'd understand by now." I stared at her in disbelief. "We share groceries and common areas. Lena, that doesn't mean you take my personal stuff whenever you feel like it. And it doesn't mean you go through my private messages." Her eyes narrowed. "You're just controlling. Everything is so rigid with you. Live a little." I sighed, grabbing my jacket. That night, I called the leasing office and started looking for a new apartment. Saturday morning, I packed my essentials, laptop, clothes, toiletries, and left the keys on the counter. Lena called me 5 times while I was moving, panicked and pleading. "Can't you just stay?" "I'll respect your space, I swear." I smiled to myself as I carried the last box to the car. "You taught me something," I muttered. Boundaries aren't suggestions. They're non-negotiable. By Sunday evening, I'd signed the lease for a small studio downtown. No roommates, no surprises, no borrowed phones or snacks. Peace at last. The best part? I set up my space exactly how I liked it. Every bookshelf, every mug, every blanket in its place. Lena texted the next morning. "I can't believe you moved out over this," I replied calmly, with a photo of my organized, serene apartment. This is what happens when boundaries are ignored. Welcome to adulthood, and for the first time in 6 months, I felt completely at home.